Is 2025's weapons a slow burn powder keg?
Or a full-blown midnight massacre? Find out next on the cutting room floor. What's up, misfits and metalheads, and welcome to another episode of the Cutting Room Floor. We are from the band Cut Like This. I am Thorn Black.
I'm Rose Blood.
And today we are talking about weapons made in 2025, currently streaming on HBO Max. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. But first, we have music all over the place. Hook a band up, give me some streams. You know, I made this music for you, and I have new stuff on the way. Don't worry, I'm busy writing. Rose, why don't we dive into this one?
Well, Weapons is basically, let me try to give a quick synopsis without spoiling anything. When an entire class of third graders disappears seemingly overnight, a normal happy town descends into suspicion and chaos. The fingers start pointing, people start going crazy, and an ancient evil secret is dug up. This movie surprised me. I was very excited. I had been hearing about it for a long time, and I was waiting. I was just sitting there waiting for it to come to stream. Like, come on, baby, come on over here, you know. And I was so excited. It finally came over to HBO Max, and I could not wait to watch it and review it for you guys. This movie, if there is it starts off with a character that is very unlikable. And which is a bold choice on their part. And don't worry about that. If you don't like this character when it first starts, it's fine, because it's actually from the perspective of multiple characters. So it almost feels like a little anthology, you know what I mean? Because you're shifting perspective from all of this ensemble of different people in this town. You know, there's the teacher of the class of students that got disappeared. She's trying to figure out what's going on, because she's like, these are my kids, and everybody's just busy pointing their fingers at her, being jerks. You know?
And I'm glad I let them cook for a second, because when it did first start, that main character does become a bit unlikable, and I was like, hold on, is this the main character? Because I don't like her. Like, please tell me I don't have to ride the whole movie with her. And then you start seeing how they're telling the story, and I'm like, oh, okay, lots of different perspectives.
Exactly.
Then we're coming together, we're filling in the gaps of, like, I'm like, gotcha, okay.
I feel like that wouldn't happen in a movie theater, but I know, as a viewer at home, sometimes you could be tempted to, like, switch off. You're like, I don't know, I don't like this. Don't worry. That's not the only character that's a main character in this story.
I'm real quick to hit the click it
this
something else.
This one right here, he's quick to click off. So if you're that kind of person, don't worry about that. This movie is absolutely worth seeing the mystery unfold and finding out, and it will unfold. You'll see the same scenes from, like, different perspectives, and I love the way that they did this. I think this is so cool.
It reminds me of, and it's not an anthology, so don't get me wrong, but it reminds me of those anthology movies where the characters keep crossing paths and eventually they tie it together.
Even though it's not an anthology.
No, not an anthology.
But it just has the vibe of an anthology.
I like that storytelling where it's like, I'm going to tell a chunk of story here, but then I'm going to go over there and I'm going to fill in gaps that you were probably questioning over here. And then, I'm very well done. I enjoyed it once I got what they were doing.
Yeah.
It works. It works really well.
Yes. This was directed and written by Zach Krieger. He is known for the film Barbarian, which we also really, really loved. If you guys want us to do a full review of that one, drop a note in the comments, and maybe we can make that happen for you, But yeah, this was very, very interesting. And I have to give a shout out to Amy Madigan for her portrayal of the character Aunt Gladys. I'm not going to tell you anything more about her, but she's very, very, very kooky, interesting character that came out of left field.
Very well played character.
Honestly, everybody in this movie is putting in work, okay? Like,
even the annoying character, she's doing her job. Like, don't get me wrong, she's acting that role.
Julie Garner is doing a great job. It's not easy to portray a character that's not, like, an immediately lovable character, because I feel like every human being wants to be liked and admired. And there's a difference between playing a swaggering evil bad guy, because that has its own appeal to it. Just because I've been in movies and shows and stuff, there's a fun to that of being like, but there is a difficulty to being this kind of character that's not the most likable of characters, but she is very human. You know what I mean? She is very human and she's very believable. You've met this character in real life before, and I think that's something very special. That's something that requires a lot of talent to give life and belief to a character, even if it's a character that you don't necessarily like. As you know what I mean, like you're like, ooh, I don't really like you're kind of a bad person, but you know, it's like it's not easy to be that kind of character. So I have to give her kudos upon kudos for being this character, this very troubled character. And honestly, wouldn't you be troubled if you were in charge of a class and all of these kids just disappeared and everybody in town hates your guts? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like she's in a bad position.
Yeah.
She's in a very bad position, and she makes some very poor choices that reflect poorly upon her character.
But it's really because she cares so much. It's all coming from a place of like concern for these children.
Exactly.
So it's like I can't really be too mad at you.
You can't blame her, because
I can't blame you, really.
Honestly, everybody, most people in that situation would not cope with it very well, because there's a difference between going through a situation and being part of the community and everybody banding together and being like, we're gonna get through this together, and being like, no, it's your fault, you suck. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, wait, I didn't do anything.
Like, I didn't do anything. She cares, but she cares so much,
and she really does. She really, actually, very, very much cares about her students, and she is the only. She's like, you know, at first seemingly the only person who's really putting in the hard work to actually try to, as annoying as she can be, she's putting in the work to try to find out what's going on. And she is definitely crossing boundaries that she probably shouldn't, you know, as a teacher, you know. But yeah, no, this unfolds in a really spectacular way. It's shot really well and very interesting. Like they get some very cool shots.
And let me talk a little bit about some of the behind the scenes real quick, because you know I love some behind the scenes, right? I always got those tidbits for you. So for this one, all of the disappearing people were children, and there's a really big like stunt, like kind of actiony chase, busting through kind of stuff. I won't give it away too much, kind of stuff that happens later on. And what they did was they had a bunch of I don't know the correct term, but
little people.
Okay, little people, stuntmen and women, taking the place of these children, and the blend is amazing. Like, because you can't tell.
Super well done.
It looks just like these children just went savage,
and they're running super fast, like rage zombies in 28 days later.
I think the edits, the costume, the makeups, the wigs, everything that they had the stunt people in were fantastic. Because it really looks like the children are doing it all, and so I gotta big up them on that real quick. Like, good job, stunt team, well done.
All of that being said, we rate things via chainsaw here, with 5 chainsaws being a cinematic masterpiece of horror, and 1 chainsaw putting away in the corner. The chain ain't even on it. What's it gonna cut?
Boo.
Nothing. It's not a weapon. It's not a weapon at all.
It's not a weapon.
So, with that being said, how many chainsaws would you bestow upon the film Weapons?
I'm going to give Weapons a whopping 4 out of 5 chainsaws.
Hell yeah!
This is a good movie. I think it is 100% worth a watch. Especially, there's some characters, I don't want to put too much emphasis on certain characters in case you have not seen any of the trailers. I went into this movie, I saw no trailers for this. All I saw was posters all around town, and then I heard that it was good. So I was like, I'm going to watch it. Let me not spoil anything for myself. So in case you haven't, I'm not going to dive into any particular characters too much or how well they were played. All the characters are played well. There's some that are way more interesting than others. I'll just leave it at that, and I'll let you explore and discover that for yourselves. Rose, what are you gonna give this one?
I'm gonna give this one 4.5 chainsaws, baby. I thought it was incredibly well done, well shot. I loved Barbarian, so I was already psyched for this. I thought that I had a good feeling about it and everything. I thought the acting all around, everybody's putting in work. Everybody's really like got their hearts in it. That chase scene that you were talking, the ending of this movie is freaking bonkers.
Yep.
There are some really bone chilling, really truly scary moments in this, like that like really made me jump and really horrified me. So that is always like my metric, you know what I mean? Like, and I thought the bad guy was incredible. I thought the story was really good, and just some serious character acting in this. Some serious, like really well thought out characters. Great, like when the gore happens, it is explosive and bloody and awful. It is awful and it's brutal. It's very brutal. Like everything is like very it'll just like explode out of stillness and then quickly return back. And it's just like it's so casual, it's so messed up, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I was very impressed. I love the layers of meaning and the opening and blooming of this really messed up mystery. I love the comedic moments. There's some really comedic moments. The junkie character, there's a character in this that's like, he's kind of the town scumbag and everything, and he runs, awry of a cop character, and you see it from both their perspectives. Really, really well done. That guy kind of offers, there's very comedic moments in this too, like very funny, because this director and writer wrote for a comedy show called The Whitest Kids You Know. So he has a background in comedy as well. So the comedy is snappy, it's modern, just well written, well done.
It's well written, well
done.
told, well acted. It's just an all around good movie. It's a good watch.
Yeah.
So you have your homework for the weekend.
Enjoy.
You're welcome. That's gonna be all for us today. Don't forget, like, subscribe, follow, give me them streams. I need them streams.
We need them.
We are from Cut Like This, and we are out.